We are on 86th Street. And we're on 86th Street because I got detoured onto... Well, I got detoured off of the train. There's an issue with the train right now. I don't know if there's like a sick passenger or whatever, but the train was just sitting there and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to walk. It's 86th Street, right? So. Because the way I look at it is I got to get off at 18th Avenue anyway. So, like, that's 3 stops. So, why not get off the train and make a video, right? So there you go. The last time I was on 86th Street, it was raining cats and dogs. Last month. And then a month before that, we were at the street festival, so. And it's August. So August is a month where I start to wind down a little bit. So I am coming back from filming a couple of other walks in another part of Brooklyn, and I was like, you know what? Everybody always likes to see 86th Street, so let's see what it looks like on a hot afternoon in August. The temperature right now is 87 degrees, so it's quite warm out. We are going to stay on this side of 86th Street for the entire walk. I am not going to cross over, so we will stay here on this side. And I'm going to take you all on a walk that will get us as far as 14th Avenue. So that's what we're going to do. So we started at around 25th Avenue, and we're going to go all the way down to 14th Avenue. Nice sunny day today. Everyone is out. Time of day right now is sometime in the afternoon, around 1, let's say 1 o'clock. So it is past lunchtime. You can see a lot of people are trying to stay in the shade. I'm walking in the sun. This is 23rd Avenue. I noticed recently that the sign over there for the market, I don't know if it's still Vicario, but I noticed the sign went away some time ago. I mean, there's still a market there. Looks like he's fixing a flat. We are going to cross over Bay Parkway using the train station because the light just turned red and I'm not waiting. This right here is La Bella Express. Let me tell you, it's very good pizza here. If you guys are ever in the area, try their pizza. It's very good. Burger King. It is packed in there right now. So this month in August, we've been doing a lot of the alphabet letters. Decided to take a break with this one, but we're gonna get right back into doing letters. I feel like I'm constantly on my toes here with moving around all these people. Chipotle, got Chipotle here on my left. There you go. Well, that cloud looks like it's organizing into something that's going to drop some rain in a little while. Look at that. They did say there is a chance for isolated showers and thunderstorms today. You can tell I am walking my quick pace because I am passing by everybody on this block. Banchan chicken. I have never tried that specific banchan yet. It's been around now for I think 2 years, 2 or 3 years now. 2026, I think. 2020, yeah, 2 years, I think. I used to, when I worked at a location in Manhattan, we had one right right on the block. So, and that one served drinks, served alcohol, had a little alcohol bar. I don't know if it's still like it used to be, but one thing I liked about them back in the day was the serving sizes were huge. You did pay some money, but they were huge. Huge servings. I can't speak to today. I don't know. So if you've had it recently, let us know. But from what I heard, it's quite expensive, like everything else, like every other fast food place.
My internship ends in 2 days.
For those of you new to the channel, welcome in, subscribe, hit the like button. But the reason I'm bringing that up is that you might not know, but I am in my local neighborhood right now. So I know a lot about 86th Street because I've lived in this neighborhood since the 1980s. So I know about all of the things that used to be here, and we're coming up on Marshall's. Used to be a Lowe's movie theater. I used to go there all the time to watch movies. But I'm kind of doing this walk more as it's way less commentary than I normally do. I'm letting the sounds take over on this one. But I know some people, they watch and they say, hey, did you know that used to be there, or that used to, trust me, I know. 86th Street back in the day was a whole bunch of furniture stores, really nice Italian furniture, Italian pastry shops, pizzerias, restaurants. I'll talk about this place real quick. That used to be a big parking lot, and we used to get our Christmas trees from there. They would come down and sell Christmas trees every year. And then over there, the 18th Avenue supermarket, long before it was a car wash, and long before it was a gym, and long before it was a pool hall, it was a bike store. The guy he had a bike store there many years ago. We're going back in the 1980s now. And he eventually moved over to where the bagel store is now. That we're gonna end the walk. I'll remind you guys when we get over there. But he moved over there, and then eventually that became a pool hall, and then a gym, and then it was a car wash for many years, and now it's that supermarket. So there goes a bit of local history for you. Like I said, I could tell you everything that each building that we're passing used to be, but I've done it on past walks. So I'm gonna refrain this time. I'll let all the people that are watching, if you've ever been in the neighborhood, I'll let you guys have at it. I'll tell you what, though, the library is still here. I used to go in there when I was in high school. This is Bay 16th. It is the only Bay Street that travels north past 86th Street. Only one. Out of all the Bay Streets, from Bay 7th to Bay 54th, it's the only Bay Street that goes through 86th Street and ends down on Utrecht Avenue. Guys, I am going to be forced to walk under a ladder. This is forced bad luck, so I don't think it counts. Yeah. This doesn't count. This was not by choice. Well, I guess you could really go deep in there and say, well, Vin, you could have chose to go across the street. I'm not doing that. So if anything bad happens to me, we're going to blame that ladder. I'll tell you, I have now heightened my sense of everything for the rest of this walk. Everything. Cars coming off of the road. Traffic lights. People on bikes like this guy. I'm going to be watching everything now. Trees. You never know, a tree might fall down. That happened to me once. I've never told that story. I was walking one day, and it wasn't even that windy out, but the tree must have had previous damage from a previous storm, and there was a lot of rain, and then the next day I'm walking, and big tree limb came down right in front of me, about 15, 20 feet. If I would have been walking a little quicker, I'd probably would not be here with you guys today. There is the old site of the Vegas Diner. Long gone. I can tell you how long I was a customer at the Vegas Diner. I was there on the very first day it opened. In a blizzard. In a blizzard. It opened, I want to say, I don't want to give a date because I don't want to be wrong, but it was in April. I'm pretty sure it was April. Could have been like 83, 84. I don't know. It was the first day. I was a kid. With my father. My father took me in there. I was just talking. We were doing the Kings Highway walk. I was just talking about that other diner that was there. I want to thank that person who reminds me what the name was. Del Rio. All right. That came out of nowhere. And I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking I was walking under the ladder and now all of a sudden a police car comes flying through. By the way, he was stopped at the light, and then as I was crossing, he turned his sirens on a couple of cars back. So they must have just got a call. Anyway, I was talking about Del Rio on Kings Highway. The same people that owned the Vegas also owned the Del Rio. They owned both those diners. And they had closed the Del Rio a year before they closed the Vegas Diner. This used to be, when I was a kid, was a Jaguar dealership. I used to wash the cars on the weekends. Guy used to pay me $50 a day to wash the cars. When we moved into this neighborhood back in the 1980s, the first store we ever walked into was a Ravioli Fair. This was the original location back in the day of the Ravioli Fair. Very good friends with, my family was very good friends with Steve, the owner. He eventually would open a second store. We'll wait for this truck to go by to tell the rest of the story. He eventually opened a second store that he opens up here, and it was called Meat Fair. So he had Ravioli Fair back there where I just walked by, and he had Meat Fair here. But what happened was, I guess, running both the stores was too much. It wasn't making enough money. So what he did was he closed the original Ravioli Fair location, and he renamed the one there on the corner from Meat Fair back to Ravioli Fair. And then they closed down. I can't even remember. I want to say they closed down maybe 2010, 2011. I don't know. It's been a while. They've been closed for a while. Well, we're almost done with this walk. We're about to hit 14th Avenue. You notice how I'm being very conservative crossing these streets after walking under that ladder. And speaking of, I was talking about, speaking of the bike shop over when we walked by the supermarket. It used to be the car wash, the pool hall, and the gym. The guy right in front of us here, he's been walking with us. He's going to work right at the Park Bagels place, which, by the way, that's where I get my bagels. So if you guys are ever in the neighborhood, they make amazing bagels all day. You get a bagel. You want a bagel with cream cheese at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they take care of you. They're open all day. That is where the bike shop moved to. For a little while. I think he only lasted like a year or two. I don't think he was doing too well anyway. The business wasn't going so well. But he moved over into this location. This is also where the old wok, we used to call it the wok, the old Chinese restaurant that used to be over here. If I remember correctly, it used to be like a big red wall. And days long gone. Anyway, 14th Avenue. So there you go, guys. That was 14th Avenue. We walked from 25th Avenue down to 14th. And we walked for a total of, well, around 30 minutes because I'm about to wrap this up. So I want to thank everybody for tagging along. Hope you all have a great day. And I will catch you all on the next walk. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the like button, leave a comment, say hello, say goodbye, say something, I don't know. And I will talk to you all on the next one.